Well, some of you have been asking where I've been up to, what I've been up to, and so I'm going to get back into making my videos and go over a few things with you uh, about the last 90 days. It'll be 90 days on the 15th of this month, and I started working, as most of you know, started working for a new car dealer franchise. Um, I won't be mentioning the franchise in these videos or the new car dealer. I particularly went with a brand uh, that that I really liked. We had good luck with them at the car lot. I've always had good luck with them, so I went with a brand, and it was pretty good up until the last 30 days or so. Well, actually, the last 15 days, and that pretty much maxed it out for me. And you're going to learn some of the differences about the old and the new. Of course, I'm older, and a lot has changed. I've seen it coming, but it was really hard to comprehend until I actually experienced it. So I'm going to go back and tell you some of the things I did and did not like about the transition from used car dealership owner to new car dealership salesperson. Um, like I said, it was different, and so I'm going to look forward into recapping some of the things that happened. I'm going to start back in this first video on the in the mid of December is when I actually got hired on by the new dealer. I had to go through all the drug tests and everything like that. So it took a while for them to bring me on. And once I got in, it took a couple of weeks for me to learn the ropes. They handed out leads. We kind of catch the lot traffic, but my main thing was catching phone ups. I really liked working on phone ups. Caught a lot of phone ups, and so the last 15 days of December, I sold about 7 cars. Uh, we had a flat at that time. During this whole period of the 90 days, I had 3 different pay plans. I had 5 different desks, and the dealership had just been sold, and so there was a transition in that. They were confused, we were confused, and nobody knew anything about what was really going on or what we wanted to do. So I started in, and they had us on a $400 flat on vehicles. So, like I said, I sold about 7, and the last 15 days of December made about 2,600 bucks. So it wasn't too bad. The hours were pretty good. We had a flexible shift, and the main thing that bothered me the first 15 days was being run around to different desks and things of that nature. That bothered me quite a bit. But it was pretty much business as usual. 18 salespeople is what we had. That was really, really tough. But I got real good at catching the phone ups, and that's where my bread and butter was. If I could get the phone ups where they had called in from looking at the vehicle on the website, um, I was going to do okay, and so I was pretty happy with that. So that would happen the first last few days of December. We're into a new year um, now, and the pay plan place changed again. We were on anywhere from a $400 flat. Once we got to 15 units, we got $700 flat. A lot of bonuses and spiffs. So the month of January was okay. I didn't do really great, but I did make around 3,000, maybe 3,500 bucks in the month of January. Again, I didn't do much better in January than I had in February or December, and so, but I still busted out okay. But in February, things took a turn. We went to a 20% um, of the gross pay, and You know, a lot of these guys, I saw that a lot of grosses were not made at this dealership, so that was kind of scary for me. Okay, 20% of the gross, but it was 20% of all the gross. Now this is 20% of the front end gross, this is 20% of the holdback, 20% of everything out of the F&I. Well, in the month of February, at that 20%, I sold, I think it was 13, 14 cars, and wound up with an $8,000 paycheck. So that was okay. You know, I thought, well, okay, I'm continuing to rise. This 20% is not going to be too bad. But then all hell broke loose. This dealership was really, really glued to the internet leads. And most of you know that the internet leads, they're a necessary evil. But man, there's a lot of shit in those things, and we all know there's a lot of shit in those internet leads. And so they brought in a young lady who was in charge of the internet leads, and her handing out the leads was supposed to be on a round robin, but it wasn't. They had a few people that hadn't made their draws in the previous month, so they started spoon feeding them the leads, and then lo and behold, they even took, that was a final draw for me, they took the phone leads away from us. We had no right to answer the phone. All the sales calls went to either a sales manager or this internet manager, and she dispersed all the sales calls, all the leads. The only thing we were allowed to do was catch the lot ups. Now keep in mind, this is not a big metropolis that I was working in, and we had 18 salespeople, so there just wasn't a lot, and it was cold in February, rainy and snowy. We had a big snow in February here, so you know, the lot traffic was just dead in the first 2 weeks of March. And the fact that this lady was handing out the internet leads and the phone leads, I just got very, very disgruntled. I mean, I'd gone through, like I said, three different pay plans, 5 desks. Now we're up to this internet manager and being micromanaged, and it was ridiculous. I mean, it was horrible for an old guy that's been used to making his own way. You know, I'm not used to having anybody feed me leads, and I wasn't getting a lot of leads. A lot of the leads were going to the younger staff that were not experienced in selling a car. They were just answering the leads, and the managers penciled the deals, and so there wasn't a lot of room for an old guy in this dealership, because the ways are so new, and I just couldn't handle it. And so that's why I had to leave. I just hated being micromanaged. Even on the last day that I was there, the sales manager called me up and asked me, I'd been gone for lunch for about 3 hours, and he called me up and said, hey, where are you at? Are you coming back? No, I'm not coming back. I didn't give a lot of excuses. I didn't give any notice. It was our final, I'd got my draw that day, or not my draw, but my commission and my draw. And so, I had a pretty good, like I said, commission coming from that last month. And so that was it for me. I hated the micromanaging. We were working on a split shift. We had 2 days off, but then we were working 53 to 55, 56 hours a week. And we had a $16 an hour draw that came out. And so it was just something that, I mean, every day, same thing. It was just, it was horrible there. You know, you'd be sitting there sometimes 10 hours a day with no lead, no lot traffic. And so, but when you did sell a car, you normally made, it was not uncommon to make $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 off of a car deal, because this company totaled them on gross. I want to get into that on the next video, because they did have some things that really upset a lot of customers, but they made a lot of money. And that's, I want to go into that, because they did have I mean, it was not, like I said, it was not uncommon at all to have a 6 to 7, and I had $10,000 front end grosses. So 20% of $10,000, obviously you're looking at 2 grand on the deal, and so 2 or 3 of those a month. Yeah, you were doing okay, and so I want to go into that a little bit later on the next video and tell you how they did it, because this company was advertised all over the internet. Well, they had their own website, but they used CarGurus, and they used Auto Trader, and they used so many referral sites that drove to their website. And when you went to their website, their prices were unbelievable. They really had good prices. It was not uncommon that their website, they would not have a $500 or $600 markup on the prices on the website, but the add-ons, and that's what I want to go into a little bit later on the next video, of what they did, how they would take a $500 walk-in customer and convert them to a $10,000 front-end gross. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. I'm going to do quite a few, and hopefully stay pretty busy doing the videos, but I look forward to getting that information to you. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you find it of any value, and send it to your friends if you find it also of any value to them. Thank you.